Hello, boring vlog people. How are you this fine Monday? It's a Monday. Woo, back to work. Yay, I love working. I love it so much. Oh, but I really do, actually. That was a bit sarcastic. But you know, it's it's nice. It's nice to do work and get paid money and be somewhat creative. It's like, you know, I'm considered an artist, but I don't know how artistic it is necessarily. I guess I do have some creative freedoms with my work, but I mean, it's cool. It's fun stuff, and you know, I make monies, which I can use to pay for things, which is good. I like paying for things with monies. It's nice. But, yeah. I did nothing all yesterday. I didn't even change out of my pajamas until, 8 o'clock when I wanted to go out and get something to eat for dinner. I ate my lunch at, just a tiny little lunch, at like 5 o'clock. Just because I wasn't hungry until then, and I was like, if I eat too much, then I'm not going to ever want dinner. So yeah, it was crazy. I didn't do anything all day yesterday, pretty much. I just played Jak and Daxter. And now I'm up to the second one. So I beat the first one. I've downloaded all three on PS3. I'm probably about halfway through the second one, maybe. But yeah, so that was fun. And I was gonna make a video talking about my review of John Carter, but I thought about it and then forgot about it and then didn't remember until I went to bed at like 2 o'clock. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna post a video now. It's too late. It's too late. I can't do it. But I mean, the movie was okay. It was really boring, is my issue with it. And I couldn't put my finger on exactly what it was that bothered me about it until I listened to an audio review from people on YouTube, Spill.com. They do an audio review on their website, and then they put a video up on their YouTube channel later. But they were saying that, like, it was just because the whole middle of it dragged so much, and I wasn't even, like, at the end of it, I just came out like, that was boring, but I couldn't think of why, and it's because of this. When you see the trailer for it, and there was that scene, you know, where John Carter's fighting that giant gorilla-looking thing, a white ape, as they call it, or something like that in the movie, you think, like, okay, that's gonna happen somewhere around the middle of the movie, and they mention it, like, in the beginning, pretty much, the beginning first fourth of the movie, they mention that, and I'm like, okay, cool, that's gonna happen soon. And I'm watching the movie, and nothing happens for the entire middle of the thing, and then, near the end of it, that battle happens, and I'm like, that was the worst possible time to have that battle. Like, it's like, okay, action-y, cool beginning, then the middle just it was so boring. Like, nothing exciting happened, and I was just bored. I was, even though it was a free screening, I was like, I kind of want to just leave. Right? I was really tempted to walk out, and I was like, if I could get my money back for this, I probably would have left and tried to get my money back. I was just bored. So bored in the middle of that movie. And then during that fight, like, they build up all this. I don't want to say what happens because it won't really ruin it. I mean, it doesn't ruin the movie, but they build up all this tension and tension and tension, and then, like, if you see the movie, I want to kind of talk about it a little bit, but it's like, there's a part where he, like, goes to battle with this guy, and you expect it to be this big, long, like, drawn-out, dramatic fight where they go back and forth, but no, it's just, alright, we're gonna fight, bam, and he cuts his head off, and then it's over. See, I didn't give anything away, necessarily, but, I mean, that's it. That is it. That's all that happens. They jump at each other, he cuts off his head, and the battle's over. And you're like, are you kidding me? Like, really? You had all this tension between those characters, and like, you set it up like there's gonna be this big, huge, dramatic fight, and then that's how you end that? Are you kidding me? Oh my god, I was so aggravated with the way that they did that. I was like, ooh, what's gonna... Oh. Really? That's it? And then, like, something about the character names, like, one group called Helium, it just bothered me that it's like, that doesn't make sense. I mean, of course, it's just like, I know, helium, it's a gas, you put it in balloons, it makes your voice sound like that, all squeaky. Wee! It's like, it's not the name of a city or a town or people or whatever. I don't know. It's just some of the names of people bothered me. And, but the little, like, bulldog, lizard, toad thingy, that thing, it was entertaining. It's funny because my roommate has a bulldog, so I was like, oh, look, it's like the same thing. And it runs around all crazy and follows me wherever I go, so I'm like John Carter to the bulldog. But, God, yeah, I mean, that thing was entertaining. I don't know. Overall, the movie just bored me, and by the end of it, I just didn't care. I just wanted it to be over at the end. I was like, okay, can this giant, like, can this big battle between everybody just end already? I'm kind of just over it. I mean, okay, here's the thing. The very beginning of it, it was pretty cool. It was alright. And then the very end of it I liked, where they brought back the kid from Spy Kids. I love how they put him in Disney movies, and he's all grown up now. And I'm always going to remember him from Spy Kids, the little curly-haired guy. But, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, like the whole, like at the end of it where they sort of explain, because it starts off with that kid and he's like, oh, your uncle's dead, blah, 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 come get his remains. And then they set that whole thing up, and then they sort of finish that at the end, and I liked that. Those parts were cool. The whole middle of it, I just lost all interest. And the ending, which I thought was pretty cool, like I enjoyed that ending, I just didn't enjoy the whole thing overall because I was so bored with the whole middle of that film. And like it's like the reviewers said that I was listening to, is their pacing was off. Like they needed like that big battle or something in the middle of it to keep you going, just to keep you interested through the film. And they compared it a lot to Star Wars, which I even did. Like I thought this looks exactly like Star Wars. But of course this story apparently was written before Star Wars, so Star Wars was based off of this. But they were saying at least Star Wars has stuff like lightsabers and cool battle, like just lightsabers in general are so cool that if they're just walking around and all of a sudden they bring out their lightsaber and turn it on, the scene instantly becomes more cool because of how awesome a lightsaber is. But John Carter doesn't have anything like that. So like, I mean, that's almost the power that a lightsaber has, is it can make any scene interesting. Like, but there was just nothing like that at all in John Carter to keep you interested in those boring parts where they were just journeying to find these things, and I don't even care. But yeah, that's how the movie was. I'd say I wouldn't necessarily go to a theater and pay to watch it. But I mean, if you're just looking for something where you're like, oh, I need a movie to watch, and you have kids, then maybe they'll enjoy it. I don't know. If you put too much thought into it, and I think your kids would even be bored. I don't even know. But yeah. So overall, it was meh movie. But yeah, that's about it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And yeah, so long. Bye bye.